thank you very much for coming, and it's always a pleasure to come right to your community, your doorstep, and see how things are, how life is for you firsthand. So I appreciate you all coming here today. I know some of you had some important business to deal with, but despite that, you are able to make it here today. Some of you probably took leave from work to be here today. I want to begin by thanking Mohammed Altaf and Niaz Mohammed for raising this issue of drainage in your area sometime back with us. And I accompanied Altaf, your chairman of the advisory council, about a few months back to first-hand examine the community here, the squatter settlements, and to see the problems that they are facing. So I want to thank them, because at times, unless and until one of your own, you residents or the leader of the community or the president of some kind of charity group or the advisory councillor raises the issue with us, sometimes we are not aware of it. So I want to thank Altaf and Niaz and the other members of the community who had brought this issue to us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today to commission yet another project which will secure households, secure families for a better future. As you must have heard, some of you must have seen on TV the deliberations over the budget for next year. Our government has launched a very comprehensive package, a bundle, expenditure bundle, to look after everyone in Fiji. If I were to ask me, and you might say I have a bias, but I must say that this is one of the most comprehensive expenditure bundle that I have seen, which touches all cross-sections of the community, all sectors of the community, in terms of addressing their issue. There's a dual objective of this budget. One is to raise the productive capacity of the economy so that we can have a sustained long-term growth in the economy and the country, so that everyone can grow together. The other objective is to bend backwards and see those forgotten, those vulnerable, those poor, those who are facing hardship, to see how we can immediately assist them to lift their living standards. So it is, when you prepare a budget, you'll come up with different combinations of expenditure. Just like your household, in your house, you've got a fixed amount of money and you decide various expenditure activities. So you can come up with various combinations. And I must say that the expenditure bundle that you see in this budget is the best combination, best expenditure bundle that we could have to address the problem that our community are facing currently, as well as to deal with those issues, those problems that we need to rectify, as well as to put our economy further into the right platform for sustained long-term growth. Ladies and gentlemen, in regard to the Ministry of Waterways, this year we have seen threefold increase in our budget. This year we had $29 million of total budget for Ministry of Waterways. But noting the kinds of problem all of you are facing throughout Fiji, our farmers, our school. Altaf, you may want to come and join us here, please. Mahendra, you can put another chair here. You can put another chair here. Noting the problems that various members of our community are facing, farmers, the squatter settlement dwellers, the residential community in cities, urban area. This year we have got, as I said, a threefold increase in our budget, as well as new components. Our budget has increased from 29 to 69 million, and in this we have got several new components. One is we now want to undertake drainage of all agriculture areas in Fiji, whether it's dairy farm, whether it's cash crop farm, whether it's rice farming. We will do drainage for all. Last year, our drainage work was only confined to sugar industry, and we gave them a grant. Now we will do ourselves on sugarcane farms, and we will do it for all farms. The second new component is a separate dedicated allocation for drainage for all residential areas, whether it's a village, whether it's a settlement, or rural residential area, because up till now, the number of villages which are facing drainage problem because they are located near the river or near the coastal area, they are bound to have problems because these were erected some time back. Now they are facing number of drainage issues. So we've got a dedicated allocation for that. We have increased threefold the budget that we will allocate to municipal councils. Last year, the total municipal council grant was 1.2 million. This year is going above 3 million. So, for example, Nausori Town Council will get 3 times more. Last year we gave around 150,000. This time around we will give probably more than $250,000. And Niaz was just telling me about this area getting flooded. And I want to tell you that I've just told our director that they must submit in their program of activities for next financial year drainage work for this area so that this area no longer will get flooded. So we will ensure that we will do and will fix up the drainage in this area so that these houses don't get underwater when there is heavy rain. Niaz was telling me that there one residential owner here is now trying to raise the yard. But I want to tell you that these things will be a thing of the past, because we will now get submissions from advisory councillors and town dwellers. What are the areas or what are the problematic places that needs to be addressed, which from the money that we'll give it to the town council, and then we will ask them that these are the areas we need to address drainage area. So we're increasing the allocation for drainage for municipal councils by 3 times more. This year we got another separate new allocation for irrigation support to farmers. So we will be we're providing small irrigation equipment to farmers who would want to undertake irrigated agriculture. This year we got a new allocation to manage our catchments, because the work that we are doing here, when we are troubleshooting, but if we can control the water that comes out of our catchments or watershed, then we will have less problem here. Lot of problem is because our catchments are not managed. We haven't really fixed our catchments. So there's a lot of water that runs off the catchments, comes into our waterways, comes down here. So we've got a separate allocation to fix our catchments. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done for catchment, and cannot be done in 1 year. First, we have to map our catchments. Up the catchments, the forest area upstream. We haven't mapped it out. We'll map it out, demarcate the area, label it, describe it. The total area under cover, what's happening in the catchment, and then we will develop rules of conduct in the catchment. Willy-nilly, a logger cannot just walk in, start cutting the trees and throwing the leftover in the waterways, etc. So we will develop the rules of conduct, rules of the game on catchment. We've got now, before it was scattered all over, some the divisional office head, some the district office head, some waterways, some PM's office head, about coastal management, coastal protection. All this is now with the Ministry of Waterways. We will do it. We got close to $14 million to deal with coastal protection works around the coast, wherever there is a coastal erosion happening and villages are being threatened or roads are being threatened. We got already 34 places that needs to be done this year we need to do, but we will undertake a comprehensive survey, because the work that we have to do cannot be finished in 1 year. Now, we will have to do certain preparatory work for any dredging and coastal protection work, which is EIA. So that itself will take time. So we will have to go for a nationwide call for submissions, get details on where we have to do dredging, where we have to do coastal protection, where we have to do drainage. And the coastal protection and dredging work will require EIA. We'll have to start working. So we will have three parts to 3 lists. The agent list 1, we will immediately do the EIA and immediately get it done this year. Then second list and third list. and that's how we will address the issue. So, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to this, we have the existing program of looking after our drainage system, and we have taken over from the drainage board. So no longer there is a drainage board. We have now abolished the drainage board, and we will do it directly so that we increase the efficiency of service delivery. So today we are pleased to commission this work here in Lakena and Manoca. And this is located here in the Nausori Peri-urban ward, one of the wards of the township of Nausori. And again, I must thank the chairman of the advisory council, Altaf and Yas, for raising this with us about the need for drainage work here. And this is the kind of people we need on the ground, so they can immediately, point to us where we need work to be done. The importance of this area cannot be underscored. We want to get Lakena back up and get into where it used to be, and I think we need to begin with ensuring that we secure them in terms of drainage and flooding and mitigate the issues of flooding. There is a large number of residents living in this particular area, and we need to protect them, approximately a population of 3,000 in this area. What this work involves, the drainage in the Lakena and Manoca area. In the Manoca area, Lakena area, we will be clearing the existing water canals in the vicinity of Lakena and remove the sediments and debris, overgrown weeds and rubbish to allow free flow of water. A total of 6 kilometers of drainage work will be undertaken. 6 kilometers of drainage work will be undertaken, and this project will cost us $10,800. And we envisage this will be completed in 30 days' time. In the Manoca area, again, we'll be clearing existing water canals and doing new ones, remove sediments, debris and overgrown weeds. A total of 3 kilometers of drainage and desilting work will be done in the first phase. And we will the total cost of $11,000, so $11,700. So this work will be done in 30 days. And we want to, if we have any issue that you think we have missed out here, let us know, and we can address that as well. Now, new drainage works, we've got a table there at the back where we got our officers. We will take your request, and we will give you a copy of your copy of receipt of the complaint that you have lodged, so that you have evidence that you have lodged this. And we would want to compile this, because we will now start new projects in September from the new budget that we have got, and we will do it in 2 phases. September, October, November, we want to do the first phase of all drainage work that is required in Fiji, whether it's sugarcane farm, whether it's agriculture, etc. Then we will call for expression of interest again, and we'll do it again in February, March, April. So any left over. So we will take all your submissions, and in the next round, in September, October, we want to address that. But while the machines are here, while we are here, and if you have any quicker issues around that area, do let us know. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our ministry, on behalf of Prime Minister Honorable Vani Marama, on behalf of our cabinet, our ministry, Minister of Economy, Honorable Syed Kiriyo, I want to wish you a very secure future, and I want to let you know that we are identifying what are the various impediments, what are the various problems that you are facing, so we deal with it comprehensively, so that your children can have a very brighter future. With these words, it's my pleasure to commission this work today, and I want to thank you again for coming here in such large numbers. Thank you, Vinaka.